Good morning, doctor. Today I will be explaining the supplier class, which is designed to represent a supplier with their name and contact informations. So the first I will present is the class supplier. The class have two private member variable, name and content, both of which are type string. The first is string name. This store the name of the supplier. The second is string content. This store the content information of the supplier. So this class include a constructor that allow us to initialize a supplier object with specific value for name and contents. If no value are provided, the default value will be empty string. Additionally, the class provide two getter methods, getName and getContents, which allow us to access the private member variable. These methods are marked as const, indicating that they do not modify the object state. Now we can see the string getName constant return name. This is a getter method to access the private member names. This constant keyword indicates that this method does not modify any member variable of the class. So next we will see the string get content constant return context. This is a getter method to access the private member content. This content keyword here also indicate that this method does not modify any member variable of the class. Okay, so now I will go through to the second class. Let me find first here. Okay, here. Okay, so now I'm explaining the supplier manager class and some additional function that help manage supplier and item in a pet inventory system. Okay, so now the supplier manager class is designed to handle a collection of supplier. It uses an array to store up to 100 supplier and keep track of the current count of supplier with an integer. So the next we can see the class constructor initialize the supplier count to 0. Initially, that we start with an empty list of supplier. And next we have the several important member function. The add supplier function allow us to add a new supplier by providing a name and contact information. If the list is full, it print an error message. And the next we have the find supplier by name function. It helps us search for a supplier by their name, returning a pointer to the supplier if found. So the next we have the real supplier function. We can see it print out all the suppliers showing their name and contact information. So next we also have the far operation. The load to far function sets the current list of supplier to a far, while the add from far function loads supplier from far into the array. So in addition to the supplier manager class, we have several entity functions. The display menu function presents a menu for interacting with the inventory system. The item creation function create food, create toy, create medicine, and create others. And it promotes the user for details to create various types of items associated with supplier. So we can know it is display a menu for pet inventory system. We can see this line. It prompts the user for details to create a food item associated with a supplier. And we can see the toys line. It prompts the user for details to create a toy item associated with a supplier. And the next one, we can see the medicine one. It prompts the user for details to create a medicine item associated with a supplier. And the last one, we can see it prompts the user for details to create an other item associated with a supplier. So lastly, we can see the add from far function demonstrate how to load items from far and add them to the inventory using the supplier manager to find the associated supplier. This combination of classes and functions help us efficiently manage supplier and inventory item in the pet store system, ensuring that all data is well organized and easily accessible. So that's all for me. Thank you.